Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with back out in action 23rd of May, top contender in the heavyweight division, Jermaine Franklin. Jermaine, good to see you. Good to see you with a smile on your face. I know you got a fight lined up as well too.
Good to see you too. Yeah, I got something coming up. I'm excited. May 23rd. It's always a great experience to hop back in the ring.
Yeah, a lot of people have got goodwill towards you, Jermaine, especially over here in the UK, wanting to see you do well and climb the ladder again to a big opportunity. First fight of the year. Happy to get the wheels moving, although a little bit late in the year so far.
hmm Well, boxing can be like that sometimes. It's kind of up and it's kind of down. So I'm just trying my best to stay prepared, stay in the gym, and stay ready for whatever. So when we got this phone call, I was excited because I was already halfway prepared for it.
So you're getting ready for something. You had an idea that something was coming your way.
No, I didn't have an idea, but a lot of times I'd have been caught out of shape, and I had to, rush and get in shape. Like, I can get in shape, that's not the problem, but this time I was just like, why have to put in all that extra effort and work when I can be using that extra effort and work towards something else to help my game and develop something instead of using it to get in shape.
I'm glad you mentioned the weight. Last couple of fights, including the big fights, you've kind of been heavier than your previous kind of, around the 2019 year where you were a lot lighter. So what is the target weight for yourself, Jermaine?
Um, I really haven't got no target. Just I don't want to be too small, not too heavy. Probably around 240. Um, Somewhere around that ballpark, I'm thinking.
When you fought Joshua and White, how did you feel at around the 250 mark?
I always kind of been a bigger guy, even though I'm short. So 250, I carry it great. I really don't have a problem carrying it around. It just plays a part with like the stamina factor because I'm kind of busy moving around a lot. So it can wear me down some. But when I fought Joshua, I was around 230. I think I felt good. I was able to move. Only problem I had with that fight was when he was grabbing me, I didn't really have the weight to push him off me. I can get him off me, but it was more of me trying to wrestle than just pushing him off me.
Yeah, that's right. For White, you're 257. For Joshua, 234. How do you feel when you mentioned they're being lighter, just not being able to push up, but when you're heavier, do you feel you'll be able to take the shots better? One of the big parts of your game is your chin as
Uh,
well.
I just think I could take punches. Honestly, I just think I was blessed with that. Even when I was 234, I didn't get hurt in the Joshua fight. He caught me with a good body punch. I think it like knocked the wind out of me. But outside of that, I was honestly, I was decent. I didn't feel like I was hurt. And it was crazy watching him the next three fights after me. He's knocking everybody out with the right hand. And I'm like, I was taking that punch. I wasn't getting hurt with it. And he's crushing everybody else with it.
So Devin Vargas is the one in the opposite corner. This feels like for me one of those fights where not only is the pressure on you to look good, but there's also pressure on you to perform and get a good win. So there's the opportunity over potentially in Saudi for you to get into that heavyweight mix.
Yeah, I mean, I always want to look good. I know, obviously in the sport that's not going to happen every time, but me, I'm a huge critic, so I always want to look good and give a good out and give a good show. So I've been working on some new stuff in the gym. Hopefully, I can, it implements and hopefully I can put on the show that people wants to see. I mean, people already kind of like the way I fight, but I'm just trying to put on the style. A little more aggressive. I don't want to say cautious, but a little more precise, a little more aggressive, and a little more combinations. I think I throw a lot of punches, but I throw them kind of in spurts. So we've been working on like throwing combinations, fighting more on the front foot, slipping punches, but staying inside instead of moving outside with the slip. So we've been working on small, minor stuff. I think that'll help implement in my game. That'll help me fight even better.
All hustle, no luck.
Huh?
All hustle, no luck.
Yeah, yeah, all hustle, no luck. We when you wish for stuff, it seems like a lot of people that's talented or they just pray about stuff and wish for stuff they don't work for it the same. So, um, Even though I've been told I've been talented, but I think I'm blessed with being a huge critic of myself because I'm without anything without works is dead. Like faith without works is dead. So you got to put the grind in if you wanna make something happen.
Definitely got a good attitude on your head and shoulders. I was wondering though, look, you say there's always pressure to perform, but there's that extra added spotlight with this being on the zone as well. So the eyes will be there on this fight. The eyes will be there from the other heavyweights who'll be looking at you as a potential future opponent too. Do you feel that on you?
I notice it, but I don't feel any pressure behind it. I would say after like my first two TV fights, all the pressure and excitement about it was kind of gone after that. So like I treat it like another day in the office. I mean, I still gonna treat my opponent like he's a world champion. Still try to put on the best show I can, but it's another day in the office. I'd have been here before. It's time to go in there and go to work.
Do you feel the difference from your younger years now at the age of 30 years old? Do you feel the experience coming into your game? Do you feel that much better a fighter from a couple of years back or so?
I feel my in the ring knowledge is better, my IQ is better. Only thing I missed from I had some intense rage back then. I don't know if something was wrong with me personally or something, but I had like some crazy type of rage. I can punch at you strong punches for like a whole 6, 7, 8 rounds, and I'll be trying to kill you. Now it's like more I'm trying to think, be strategic, and pick my spots. But back then, yeah, I was like, I'll just put it like this. Back then, when I was younger, I didn't have to have a game plan. If you couldn't stop me from bullying you, I was going to beat you up the whole fight. It was just going to be bad for you if you couldn't stop me from getting close to me.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of sort of Joe Parker's career in a way, because he was doing that in the early part of his career, and then he sort of leveled out his game a bit more, started to box a bit more, and he's had
Yeah,
his ups
because
and downs.
you start boxing better people, and then it's like you put all this pressure on yourself to knock people out, and it's like you fight better people, and you start to see like some of that shit you was doing earlier on won't work on the better people.
Hmm.
So it's like you gotta re-image yourself. You gotta be smarter now. You gotta, it's it's always. I feel like when you a student of a game or a sport, learning you can never not be learning. Like you always should be learning something new. Sometimes it can hinder some people, but I think it's for the better. It's always good to have tons of knowledge of the game, to know something. If I can know something you don't know, and then I can outthink you, I can use it in my advantage. It's always good to have knowledge.
When you get the win as you plan to do on the 23rd of May, you get the opportunity to get the mic and you get to speak your truth. Who are you calling out when you get the win?
Man, we want them all. I get asked that question a lot. And we want any of the top guys. I'm not running from it. We trying to, I guess we put in a position to where we have to fight our way back up to the top guys. So basically anybody that's staying in the way. Anybody.
You were, when we last spoke, you were eyeing Dubois. He's now taken on Filip Hrgovic. What do you think
Hey,
of that fight?
I'm low key scared to say names because I'm like, damn, everybody I want to fight got obligations. So I don't even know who to call out at this point. But I want to see that. I want to see that. I think that's a good fight. They both highly ranked. Hrgovic got the Hrgovic, if I'm not mistaken, is he ranked number one for one of those belts, if I'm not mistaken.
IBF.
IBF.
Yeah.
So this fight probably will be for that position, and so who knows? Only thing I don't know is I'm trying to remember. I think a couple of those belts might get vacated, if I'm not mistaken. Because if they sign that rematch, then Usyk won't be able to defend it, or Tyson won't be able to defend it. So I think the WBA and the WBO might be coming into the win. So fight game is gonna pick up if this happens. That's why I got to get back in this ring. I got to get in these top 15s. I think I'm still ranking the top 15 for one of the belts. I think WBO. I was ranked like 9 for the WBO and 14 for the IBF, but it slipped.
Who do
That's why.
you pick? Who do you pick in that Dubois Hrgovic fight?
Um, I like see. I look at small stuff. A lot of people, I don't think it matters to a lot of people. So okay, Hrgovic got the heart, but Dubois got the skills. If you feel what I'm saying, like I done seen to where Dubois' heart can be taken from him, and I don't want to say he quit, but in my opinion, it looked like he quit. I didn't seen it happen, but I done seen Hrgovic muscle up on people, but he don't has the clean boxing skills that Dubois has. So if Dubois can get in there and box him up and do what he got to do without being mangled or hit on too bad to get hurt, I think he can pull it out. But if he let Hrgovic get in there and make it rough for him, I think Hrgovic gonna take his heart.
Did the Miller win for Dubois not do anything to change your mind on Dubois' heart?
No. I mean, I think I think in the early rounds of that fight, it looked good. It looked nice, exciting. They was trading, they was going forward. But I think once Dubois seen that Miller wasn't, capitalizing or turning it up, he just started turning it up and kept feeding the punches. He seen that he was tiring them down. But I don't think that don't make me question his heart. And that fight didn't make me question his heart or nothing. It's just personal little viewers. Me watching him fight or watching something. That's my personal opinion.
Is it going to come down to the little things between Deontay Wilder and Zhilei Zhang?
I personally think it is. You got two people that's gonna knock each other out, and then you got two people that just lost to the same guy because they didn't do nothing. Like, I don't want to say they didn't do anything, but they didn't do enough to secure. Like, Zhang dropped Parker, but he didn't do enough to secure the fight. Like, he just, after he knocked him down, it's kind of like he gave up. I don't know. It was crazy. It was crazy watching it because I'm screaming at him like, damn, you got to at least punch back. You just sitting there now being a punching bag. I don't understand this. So, and then kind of for the Wilder too. Wilder, he a couple rounds he showed that he could punch, but it was like it was like he was going through something mentally in the ring. Like he wouldn't punch, and I can't even really say he got beat up because it really wasn't like he got hit a lot. He was like Parker was fighting his arms most of the fight. He was just moving out the way, running. So I don't. It was a little weird.
Jermaine, if you were planning to fight either Wilder or Zhang, which would be the harder camp to train for, both physically and mentally for the game plan?
Wilder because of the height.
Hmm.
It's my experience was sparring and fighting taller guys. Depending on how they use their height and their reach, it's harder to get to them. It's harder to get to them and get big punches off. You got to work more to get to the big guys than you would to somebody around kind of my height.
Would that not be the same for Zhang? Because he's quite tall as well.
Zhang's not 6'7" though.
Hmm.
Zhang's probably like 6'4", 6'5". I could touch you at 6'4", 6'5".
Mm-hmm.
Some people at 6'4", 6'5" got long arms though. As long as your arm's not super, super long, I could touch you at 6'4", 6'5".
And would you account for power in that camp if you were training for him?
You said like for my own power?
No, for his power. I know you said that you've got a great chin and you rely on that, but Wilder's got something else in the locker, hasn't he?
I mean, I don't know how to judge it. It's like people tell you like this guy can punch, this guy can punch. Like this guy's super sharp. And then when I get hit by him, I'm like, he's all right. Like he's strong, but y'all more scared than I am, and I'm taking the punches. I don't see what I should be scared about. So like Wilder will have to prove to me that, that I need to be worried about his power. Because that's what the AJ fight, like, don't take this punch, don't take that punch. But after I took it, it wasn't nothing that I personally felt like, oh, I need to watch out. I need to be worried about it. I don't know. I personally think I just got the type of confidence to, like, you got to knock me out. You gonna knock me the fuck out. If not, then shut up. I don't care. Keep punching. It's not going to happen.
Talk of the town is that the winner of those fights, Wilder and Zhang and Dubois and Hrgovic, whichever one comes out best will fight AJ. Is that a fight you want to see? One of the winners against Joshua?
Yeah, I like to see that. I want my rematch shit. I want my fight back against AJ. I guess I got to make it worth his while. So hopefully I can climb up and grab one of these belts or become ranked #1 in these divisions.
Would you rather see a Wilder AJ or a Dubois AJ?
Honestly, Wilder. I've been waiting on that fight for a long time. I think I think the world has too. I don't know if they gave up on it at this point, but we've been waiting on that shit for a long time. Y'all need to go and make that happen. I'm pretty sure y'all make a lot of money and the fans will be happy for a little while.
Who'd you pick in that one?
I don't know. I like both of. I like see like I always compliment both sides. I always look at what they both could do and their advantages in both sides. Like Joshua can box and he got power, but Wilder has an undeniably off the charts power with the right hand. He's not even the best boxer, but the man can end the whole fight with one punch. So it's hard to make a game plan for somebody because you could be beating them up and they just catch you, and now the fight's over with. Like we almost did Fury the first time. We almost thought that was over with, but Fury popped back up like the Undertaker or something. But yeah, so it's like you got two guys that's great at what they do, but they both have strong advantages in their own right. Joshua can knock you out too, but we all done watch Joshua take big punches, he get hurt. So you fighting a big puncher, and that's a scary situation for you. And then we know Wilder don't got the skill, so if Joshua can implement punching without getting touched, then that's going to be a long night for Wilder because he's not going to be able to get nothing off.
Do you think it's a long night for Wilder if he faces Jared Anderson as apparently is planned as well?
Right now, probably yeah. What he showed in that last Parker fight, he got to show me something else because Jared gonna be busy. Jared gonna be busy. Jared gonna be on him. I like Jared. I like Jared's style. Jared gonna be on him. He gonna be busy. He gonna be punching. So what Wilder displayed in that last fight, I don't know. He'll have to do something else. Yeah.
Couple final fights I want to get your thoughts on, and to be fair, with this next one, it would have been great to see you in with one of these two. Maybe that can be a fight for the future. Jarrell Miller and Andy Ruiz are signed now to fight each other. A good fight in prospect. Who do you favor in that one?
I don't know. Andy been going for a little while. I like Andy though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like Andy. Andy ass can fight. I don't know. I gotta see. How Andy? Have you seen him lately? How he looking?
He looks slimmer, but you can't tell from the photos. You
can't tell. See, I don't know. I gotta know. Like, is he in the gym or not? is we getting the in the gym Andy, or is we getting the other version of Andy? But a good in shape Andy, I say he pull it through. If you got a serious Andy, yeah, that guy can go. Jarrell's still a dangerous feat, but he got to come in shape. He can't be like he was in that last fight. He got to be in shape. If he in shape, then he a problem because we know he can throw punches.
Mm-hmm. When you see a fighter that's been out for a while, do you see that as like, an advantage to yourself? As they're rusty, they haven't been in the ring as much as you have, or have more. They have less activity than you. Do you feel that that's like a tick in the win column heading into a fight?
At some points it can be, but at the same time, you don't know if that guy's been in the gym. You don't know if he's been around people camps. You don't know what type of preparation he has had outside of just not being in the ring. Because some of us can't leave the sport alone. Like some of us don't fight, but we still in the gym every other day, at least 3-4 times a week still, and don't have a fight lined up for like 6-7 months, but they can't just, some people just can't leave it alone. So it really depends.
You asked me if I'd seen Andy recently, and I couldn't tell you, but I saw Fury recently in a press conference for Alexander Usyk fight, and he looks slimmer for me heading into that undisputed fight, which is a good sign to say he's taking the camp seriously. But I wonder if maybe it's a little bit of a nod. Look, we know Sugar Hill's MO is to go for the knockouts, but a slimmer Fury might lead to more of a boxing style Fury of the past. Do you think that's possible?
At the box, Usyk, you can't sleep on the guy. He fast as hell. He gonna come inside, outside. He gonna be jabbing you, throwing straights, coming, pivoting around the side of your body. So if you're not able to box and move around and turn, you're gonna have a long night. We seen how he did AJ. AJ was catching him sometimes, but just them small turn pivots. AJ can't turn like that. So every time he turned, AJ trying to turn to him. And now he can punch. He got, so that's a lot. And then you a bigger guy, and it's a small guy. So his movement's gonna be might be a tad bit, or might be a lot faster than yours. So Yeah, he gonna have to be in shape. He gonna have to be ready to box and be ready to come off them back legs and use that jab. Because Usyk is not gonna sit still. That's not a guy that's gonna sit in front of you and just let you punch. Yeah, that's not by a long shot.
Jermaine, bring this back to yourself. Have for any of these fights mentioned, have any of these heavyweights reached out to you, requested or asked, or do you expect to be asked for called in for sparring for these fights?
Somebody asked me. I think Jared asked me not too long ago, but the timing, I don't think we can match up with his timing. Um, I had to ask my guy Aaron. I think a couple people asked us, but I don't think it was nobody. Like nobody else big. I think Hrgovic asked us. I think that's probably the two biggest names. Anderson and Hrgovic had asked us.
And when you think about sparring, when you get an offer for it, do you sometimes you think I might want to turn this down because this is likely a future opponent for me?
Sometimes I do, but then some people I look at it like some of these people we caught out like way before. Like, we was trying to make this happen way before. So I feel like if you ain't picked up on the game plan, yeah, sparring you wouldn't help. And I don't have to show you everything when I spar. I can spar in different styles. So I kind of hide that a little bit. I guess I would think I could, but I'm not a coach. A coach probably sitting there picking me apart. But no, I don't know. Like boxing's a hard game, and it's hard to tell people motives in this sport. So you think you cool with a guy the whole time they sizing you up. So I don't know, honestly.
Jermaine, this has been a real good conversation. Although there's one question which I'm going to ask you again, which didn't quite give me the answer I was looking for here, so I'll ask it again. And it was, when you get the win, as you plan to do on the 23rd of May, you get the microphone, you get the opportunity to speak your truth. Who will you be calling out?
Shit, I still want the guys I mentioned before, but shit, they got fights. So I'm trying to see who else could I put on this list. Shit, I guess I like to go at a Parker. Did I put Parker on the list the first time?
Not,
I can go
I don't think so.
I can go at a Parker
Mm-hmm.
or who else? Who else I'll put on the list?
Joe Joyce?
I'll fuck with Joe Joyce too. I heard he was talking shit a while ago too, talking about some well, I should have got knocked out or some shit he was saying. I don't know. Yeah, I'll fuck him up too. If he think he lunging like that. Um yeah, I have forgot. Thank you for bringing that because I have forgot about that. Thank you for bringing that name up. Uh who else? Who else that I like that I can go at? Shit, that's probably the only two. Honestly, I can think right now. Everybody else got obligations. It's so hard to call out people in boxing. I've been talking shit for weeks, and then boom, this person fighting him. I'm like, dang, I'm just wasting my time.
Jermaine, I'll leave the final word with yourself. What happens 23rd of May when you get back in the ring?
23rd of May, expect fireworks, man. I'm trying to put somebody on their ass. I'm going for the KO. I'm going for the kill. If it don't work, I'm trying to dominate in excruciating fashion.
Looking forward to it. I'll be tuning in on DAZN 23rd of May. Thank you so much for speaking to Seconds Out, Jermaine. Always a really good conversation. All the best for your fight.
Thank you.